The moment Sophia Blackwell's perfectly manicured hand landed on my shoulder, time seemed to freeze. My ex-wife's smug smile vanished as quickly as our marriage had. There I stood, exhausted from juggling single fatherhood and a demanding career, yet somehow feeling 10 feet tall as my billionaire boss. A woman Forbes had just named most influential CEO of the year, casually claimed me as part of her inner circle. The look on Rebecca's face worth every sleepless night, every missed soccer game I'd beaten myself up over, every cruel text message she'd sent questioning my ability to raise our daughter alone. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy stories about sweet karma, second chances, and proving the doubters wrong, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe now. Your support helps me share more stories like this one, and trust me, you won't want to miss how this unfolds. My name is Daniel Foster, and 18 months ago, my life imploded. I never imagined being a single father at 34. Rebecca and I had been college sweethearts, married for 8 years with our beautiful daughter, Emma, now 7. I thought we were happy, or at least working through the rough patches all marriages face. Then came that Thursday evening when I returned from a business trip to find her suitcases at the door. "I can't do this anymore," she said, not even looking me in the eye. "I've met someone else, someone who understands what I need." What about what Emma needed? What about our family? Those questions went unanswered as Rebecca walked out, leaving Michelle shocked in our suburban home with a confused first grader asking where Mommy was going. The divorce was ugly. Rebecca's lawyer painted me as a workaholic who neglected his family. Her new boyfriend, a plastic surgeon named Richard with a Ferrari and vacation homes in 3 countries, sat smugly beside her in court. The judge awarded me primary custody only because Rebecca admitted she wasn't ready for full-time parenthood. "My career is just taking off," she told the judge as if our daughter were an inconvenient piece of luggage. I remember driving home from the courthouse, glancing at Emma in the rear-view mirror as she clutched her stuffed rabbit. "Mr. Floppy." Her small voice broke the silence. "Are you sad?" "Daddy." I swallowed back tears. "A little, sweetheart. But I'm happy, too, because I get to be with you all the time now." "Me, too," she whispered, hugging Mr. Floppy tighter. That night, after tucking Emma into bed, I sat alone at our kitchen table and cried until I had nothing left. Then I did what my father always taught me. I made a plan. I would prove to everyone, Rebecca, her snooty new boyfriend, the pitying neighbors, but most importantly to Emma, that we would not just survive, but thrive. The learning curve was vertical. I had always been involved in Emma's life, but Rebecca had managed the day-to-day logistics. Suddenly, I was responsible for everything. School drop-offs and pickups, doctor appointments, play dates, healthy meals, homework, bedtime routines, and emotional support, all while maintaining my position as marketing director at Blackwell Innovations, a rapidly growing tech company. Those first months were brutal. I burned dinners, forgot permission slips, mismatched Emma's clothes, and once sent her to school with a lunchbox containing nothing but a banana and a pack of saltine crackers. The school secretary's raised eyebrows said everything. The other mothers at school pickup formed a tight circle I couldn't penetrate. They offered surface-level smiles while whispering as I walked past. One afternoon, I overheard, "Poor Emma. Men just aren't equipped for this kind of responsibility." My worst moments came at night after Emma was asleep. Doubts would creep in like shadows. Was I damaging my daughter? Would she grow up emotionally stunted without a mother's daily presence? Rebecca's voice echoed in my head. "You'll never manage without me, Daniel. You'll come crawling back, begging for help." But I refused to give her the satisfaction. I bought parenting books. I joined online single dad forums. I befriended Emma's teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, who became my greatest ally, texting me reminders about school events and offering gentle guidance. At work, I was equally determined not to falter. Blackwell Innovations had been my professional home for 7 years. Under Sophia Blackwell's leadership, we'd grown from a scrappy startup to a force in the tech world. I admired Sophia immensely. Her brilliant mind, her unflinching determination, her refusal to accept the tech world's gender biases. But she was also notoriously demanding, expecting excellence without excuses. When I requested a meeting to explain my new circumstances, my palms were sweating. Sophia's corner office, with its floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Seattle, always intimidated me. She listened silently as I explained the divorce and custody arrangement. "So you need reduced hours?" she asked finally, her expression unreadable. "No," I said firmly. "I need flexible hours. I'll make up any time in the evenings after Emma's asleep." "I'll take work home, whatever it takes. My output won't change just when and where I do the work." She studied me for a long moment. "Daniel, do you know why I hired you?" I blinked, caught off guard. "My marketing experience? Partly. But mainly because you think differently. You solve problems creatively." She leaned forward. "So solve this one. Show me how a single father can also be an exceptional marketing director." It wasn't compassion she was offering. It was a challenge, and somehow that was exactly what I needed. We worked out an arrangement. I came in early, left at 3:00 to pick up Emma, and logged back on after her bedtime. I joined meetings via video when I couldn't be physically present. When Emma was sick, I worked from home. The flexibility came with a price. Late nights, working weekends during Rebecca's visitation weekends. But it was worth it. Gradually, Emma and I found our rhythm. I learned to French braid her hair. Thank you. YouTube tutorials. I mastered healthy meals that could be prepared in under 30 minutes. I memorized the names of all her friends and their parents. I became the king of organizing birthday parties, playdates, and school projects. Emma bloomed despite the divorce. Her teacher reported she was one of the most well-adjusted kids in class. "Whatever you're doing, Mr. Foster, Mrs. Rodriguez told me, keep doing it." Rebecca, meanwhile, exercised her visitation rights sporadically. She'd cancel at the last minute due to work events or vacations with Richard, leaving Emma disappointed each time. I'd wipe away my daughter's tears and plan something special for us instead. "Daddy," Emma asked one night as I tucked her in, "do you think Mommy doesn't like being my mommy anymore?" My heart cracked. "Oh, sweetheart. No. Mommy loves you very much. She's just figuring some things out right now, like how to be a good mommy." I kissed her forehead. Something like that. At work, I was not just surviving but excelling. Our latest marketing campaign had increased sales by 40%. Sophia called me into her office to personally congratulate me. "You've proven me right, Daniel," she said, actually smiling. "A rare sight. In fact, I'd like you to head up our new product launch. It's our biggest yet." The promotion came with a significant raise and more responsibility. It also meant longer hours temporarily. But I was confident Emma and I could handle it. We were a team now. Which brings me to last Saturday, the day of Emma's soccer championship. She'd only started playing 6 months earlier, but she'd fallen in love with the sport. Her team, the Purple Panthers, had improbably made it to the finals. "You'll be there, right, Daddy?" she asked that morning, her eyes wide with excitement as she pulled on her purple jersey. "Front row," with the loudest cheers. I promised. What I hadn't expected was for Rebecca to show up. She hadn't attended a single game all season, yet there she was, stepping out of Richard's Tesla in designer sunglasses and an outfit that cost more than my monthly mortgage payment. "Rebecca," I said, genuinely surprised. "Emma will be happy to see you." Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Richard had a cancellation. Thought we should make an appearance. Emma's face lit up when she spotted her mother running over for a quick hug before the game started. I felt a pang watching them. Despite everything, I wanted Emma to have a relationship with her mother. The game was nail-bitingly close. Emma played her heart out, her ponytail flying as she raced up and down the field. When she scored the winning goal in the final minutes, I jumped up, cheering wildly, not caring that other parents were staring at the grown man with tears in his eyes. After the celebrations, as parents mingled and kids enjoyed post-game snacks, Rebecca approached me. Richard hovered nearby, checking his watch. "She's quite good," Rebecca said, sounding surprised, "though that uniform is hideously unflattering." I bit back a retort. "She loves it. That's what matters." Rebecca's eyes narrowed. "Daniel, we need to talk about summer arrangements. Richard and I are planning an extended trip to his villa in Spain. I thought Emma might join us for a few weeks." Before I could respond, Emma ran up, still flushed with victory. "Did you see my goal? Daddy Coach said I had the best follow-through she's ever seen." I knelt down for a hug. I saw it all. "Champ, I'm so proud of you." Rebecca cleared her throat. "Emma, darling, that was very good. But if you're serious about soccer, you should really join the club team. Richard's colleague whose daughter plays for. This little league is hardly challenging." Emma's smile dimmed. I felt my temper rising, but kept my voice even. "Today's about celebrating, not critiquing. The Purple Panthers worked hard for this win. I'm just saying." Rebecca continued, her voice carrying enough for nearby parents to hear that single parenting clearly has its limitations. Emma needs proper guidance to excel. The implication hung in the air. I wasn't enough. Emma looked confused, sensing the tension. I was about to usher her away when I heard a familiar voice. "Daniel, there you are." I turned to see Sophia Blackwell approaching, casually dressed in jeans and a blazer, a far cry from her usual boardroom attire. I was stunned. I'd mentioned Emma's championship in passing during our last meeting, but never expected my boss to actually show up. "Sorry I missed most of the game," Sophia said, reaching us. "Board meeting ran late." "Did they win?" "We did," Emma exclaimed before I could answer. "I scored the winning goal." Sophia's face broke into a genuine smile. "You must be the famous Emma. Your dad talks about you all the time." She extended her hand. "I'm Sophia, your dad's boss." Emma shook her hand solemnly. "Nice to meet you. Daddy says you're the smartest person he knows. Does he now?" Sophia laughed, sending me an amused glance. I made the awkward introductions. "Sophia, this is my ex-wife Rebecca and her partner Richard. Rebecca, this is Sophia Blackwell, CEO of Blackwell Innovations." Recognition flashed in Rebecca's eyes. Everyone in Seattle's business community knew Sophia Blackwell, the self-made billionaire who had revolutionized sustainable technology. Rebecca straightened, instantly shifting into networking mode. "Ms. Blackwell, what a pleasure. I've followed your career with admiration. I'm in finance myself at Westridge Partners." Sophia nodded politely, but turned back to Emma. "That was quite a goal from what I caught. You've got excellent form." Emma beamed. "Daddy practiced with me every day, even when it was raining." "That sounds like your father," Sophia said. And then, to my complete shock, she wrapped an arm around my shoulders in a casual but unmistakably proprietary gesture. "His dedication is why he's one of my most valuable executives." The look on Rebecca's face was priceless. Confusion, disbelief, and a dawning realization that the ex-husband she had dismissed was valued by one of the most powerful women in tech. "Daniel never mentioned you two were." Rebecca let the implication hang. Sophia's eyebrow arched. "We're what colleagues who respect each other enormously." Her arm remained casually around my shoulders. "Daniel's latest marketing strategy increased our Q4 profits by 38%. The board can't stop singing his praises." Richard, clearly bored with the conversation, tugged at Rebecca's elbow. Well, be late for the reservation. Babe. Rebecca hesitated, clearly torn between leaving and trying to salvage the networking opportunity. Perhaps we could all have dinner sometime. I'd love to hear more about your sustainable energy initiatives. Sophia smiled politely. My schedule is quite full, but I'm sure Daniel can pass along my office number if there's a specific business matter to discuss. She turned to Emma. Now, I believe championship victories deserve ice cream. What do you say? Emma. Could I treat you and your dad to celebrate? Emma looked at me questioningly. I nodded, still processing what was happening. Yes. Please, Emma exclaimed. Rebecca's mouth tightened. Emma. Darling, don't you want to come with Mommy and Richard to that fancy restaurant I mentioned? They have chocolate soul. Emma looked torn and my heart ached for her. She shouldn't have to navigate adult tensions. How about this? I suggested Emma goes for ice cream with me and Sophia now to celebrate with her team, and next weekend during your visitation you can take her for that chocolate soul before Rebecca could respond. Sophia smoothly added excellent solution. Daniel, as always thinking of everyone's needs, she checked her watch. We should head over soon if we want to meet the team. Emma. Shall we? Emma nodded eagerly. The allure of immediate ice cream with her teammates too strong to resist. Rebecca stared at me with new eyes, reassessing. She didn't know that my relationship with Sophia was strictly professional, that this was the first time my boss had shown any interest in my personal life. All she saw was her ex-husband, the man she dismissed as inadequate, being claimed by a billionaire powerhouse. Well, she said finally, I suppose we'll see you next weekend. Emma, call me tomorrow. Sweetie. As they walked away, Emma tugged my hand. Can we really get ice cream with your boss? Sophia laughed. Absolutely. I hear the victory celebration is at Scoop Dreams. I love their salted caramel. As we walked toward my car, Sophia dropped her arm from my shoulders and spoke quietly. Hope I didn't overstep. Daniel. I came to see the famous Emma you talk about and couldn't help overhearing. Some people need a reminder about what truly matters. I felt a lump in my throat. Thank you. That was unexpected. She waved it away. Just stating facts. Your work has been exceptional despite personal challenges. That deserves recognition. She glanced at Emma, skipping ahead of us. Besides, I had a single dad. 2. Best parent I could have asked for. At the ice cream shop. Sophia chatted easily with Emma and her teammates, showing genuine interest in their game strategies. I watched in amazement as this corporate titan who terrified boardrooms full of executives got into an animated debate with 7-year-olds about whether chocolate chip or cookie dough was the superior ice cream mix-in. When Sophia eventually left, promising Emma they discuss soccer strategies another time. My daughter looked up at me with ice cream-smeared cheeks. Dad, your boss is awesome. Is she your girlfriend? I nearly choked on my ice cream. No, sweetie. She's my boss and maybe becoming a friend. Emma nodded sagely. She looks at you like you're important. Does she? Yep. Not like Mommy looks at you. She licked her cone thoughtfully. I like how Miss Sophia sees you. Out of the mouths of babes. That night, after tucking Emma in, I received a text from Rebecca. We should discuss adjustments to the custody arrangement soon. Call me. I smiled to myself, knowing exactly what had prompted this sudden interest. But it didn't matter. What mattered was that Emma was thriving. What mattered was that I had proven to myself more than anyone that I was enough for my daughter. The following Monday, I stopped by Sophia's office to thank her again. Daniel, please, she said, waving away my gratitude. I meant what I said about your work. In fact, I'd like you to present our new initiative to the board yourself next month. I straightened, recognizing the opportunity. I'd be honored. She studied me for a moment. You know, when my mother left, everyone told my father he couldn't raise me alone. that a girl needed her mother, that he would fail. Her expression softened with memory. He proved them all wrong, just as you're doing with Emma. It's not easy, I admitted. The most worthwhile things rarely are. She handed me a file. Now, about this presentation. As I walked back to my office, I realized something had fundamentally shifted, not just in how others saw me, but in how I saw myself. I wasn't just surviving as a single dad. I was thriving. Emma was happy and secure. My career was advancing, and somewhere along the way, I had stopped defining myself by Rebecca's abandonment. That evening, as Emma and I made dinner together, she was in charge of tearing the lettuce for salad, a task she approached with endearing seriousness. I felt a contentment I hadn't experienced in years. "Daddy," Emma said, concentrating hard on her lettuce airing. "Are you still sad about Mommy leaving?" I considered the question carefully. "Not anymore, sweetheart. I'm sad that you don't get to have both parents at home. But I'm happy with our life together." She nodded, satisfied. "Me, too. And maybe Miss Sophia can come to my next soccer game." I laughed. "Maybe. We'll see." Later, watching Emma sleeping peacefully. "Mister." Floppy clutched tight. I realized that what had started as the worst chapter of my life had somehow transformed into something precious and real. Rebecca's mockery, her dismissal of my capabilities as a father, had once cut deep. Now they seemed irrelevant. The opinions of someone who didn't truly know me anymore. The path forward wasn't perfectly clear, but for the first time since becoming a single father, I felt confident walking it. Whatever challenges came next, Emma and I would face them together, one day at a time, and maybe, just maybe, with a few unexpected allies along the way. So, if you're out there struggling, feeling inadequate or judged, remember this: you are enough. The people who matter will see your worth even when others miss it. And sometimes validation comes from the most unexpected places, like a billionaire boss's arm casually draped over your shoulder, reminding the world that you belong exactly where you are. Thanks for watching this story all the way through. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that celebrates resilience, second chances, and finding strength in unexpected places. Share your own stories in the comments below. I read every single one. Until next time, remember that your worth isn't determined by those who leave, but by those who choose to.